Hi everybody, March 11th, 2016, WS reporter Steve Olson. We're going to zero in on the big orb, little orb today a little bit, and then look at some pictures from subscribers like always. Plus, today we're going to announce our new high altitude near space flight project. So let's get started. This is the shape that I see repeatedly through all the studies that I've been doing. I continually see this big orb, little orb, or two equally sized orbs with potentially a orb in the middle of this one. Okay, and we saw this in the Skyview photograph from the eclipse the other day, and I just wanted to take a look at some of the older images that I had from this phenomenon today and just talk about it a little bit, because I think that it is extremely important that we try to figure out what that is. And this is the one that really got me today. I was watching Chris Potter's YouTube channel, and this is another eclipse photo showing this big orb, little orb object. So it's very interesting to me. Now we're going to go into the photographs and the websites here in a second, but I want to talk just a little bit about our new special project, high altitude balloon flight. We're going to order 10 balloon kits, and I have the links below of the company we're going to use. We're going to get cameras and equipment, and there's details in the link below so you can see how we're going to run the program. But very easily, just hit the support button on my site, and there'll be a little label on there. As long as we're taking donations for this, it will say high altitude balloon flight right on the support button. And as soon as we reach our budget, we will stop funding it, putting funding in, and then we'll commence the project. So if you want to get in on it and participate in it, there's some special conditions, like subscribers will be getting it 2 days earlier than everybody else when we get the footage, that kind of thing. So we're going to give away everything we make for free. There will be no charge for any of this stuff. But we do need to raise funds in order to do the research. And so where we want to go, right now I've already got a team ready to go in California. I've got a team ready to go in Wisconsin, so we'll be able to do our first 2 flights right away. But we're also looking for volunteers from Canada, from Mexico, from Brazil, South Africa, Western and Eastern Australia. We'd like to get somebody in Russia closer to the middle of Russia, and then finally somebody from Europe. So if you're willing to volunteer for this, now this is not going to be a easy weekend RC model project. This will be a high altitude balloon. So having a little photographic experience and having a little experience with flying things and that kind of thing would be very helpful. All right, great. So let's get on to the rest of the video for today. So the first place I want to take you is to the webcam, in Tep-Oz-Land. I can't pronounce words very well, as you guys know. I'm like the Archie Bunker of the Wormwood movement. But anyway, check this out. So what you see is this multiple, ringed thing, and I do believe these are the 2 objects in question being reflected, okay? And you can see 1, 2, right? Just like what we saw in the orb. But now check it out. It's coming up behind here, and that's the real position of this object, by the way, guys. And I've seen it from a couple different locations, and I'm going to show you a couple more. But that is actually what's coming towards us, okay? And it's right there. Similarly, in Leon today, we get that similar kind of weird flash, and there it is right there. Plain as day today. And then it disappears once it goes up into the chemtrail layer. Davis Station, South Pole. Check out today. So it's first thing I'll note is these are not the clearest pictures from Davis, but I just want to show you that the phenomenon is still down there that we've been observing. Starting with the triangle down here, some new lines are starting to approach or to be manifested. Here's faintly the orb with the ring around it and the other orbs around it, and everything is still there. So go take a look. All right, next thing. My friend Mari from WTF Sky, who's been researching the phenomenon right along with me and been a great supporter, did a great video yesterday, and I'd like you to go check it out. I've got a link below. Similarly, Sasa did a great video. I'd like you to check that one out from San Diego. Now, here's a video I want you to go check out, though. This is on Gil Broussard's site. But it's the story of Carlos Ferrada, and he was the astronomer that actually did a lot of the work, early groundwork on Nibiru, And he talks about all kinds of crazy things in here, but one thing that's interesting is he talks about how the system itself does not obey any planetary laws, and that it moves at different speeds and all kinds of crazy things that may explain some of the things that we're experiencing. And then finally, I just wanted to show you, this is the site that I'll send you to so you can see the equipment that we're going to be ordering for the high altitude balloon flights. Okay? All right, so let's move on to the photographic segment, and I want to start out with the ORB study that I did before in the and then look at some more current ones. But this was an example that I've had in the past. This is an example. This is an example. Now, yeah, okay, yes, I know it's a sun flare, but I'm wondering what it's reflecting, guys. Okay, this one, this one. These are old photographs that I just went back to see this little object. This one. And then this one, because it actually has the two dots in the English camera. And then this one. I mean, again, you're seeing it either as a reflection, and this was straight on. We actually got this in Vancouver, far north. And this is very faint in here, but you can see the small object and the big object. And then this was from Thor News Channel a couple months ago, and he was showing that this object was being seen on LASCO, and he was asking the nerds for help. Now for today's photographs, and then I'll let you go, shorter video today hopefully, let's go to March 11th file. Now this is that photo that we got off of Chris Potter's channel of the eclipse, and a really cool photo, and then showing this object behind it. This is one that I had on an earlier one, but I wanted to bring it out again because it shows what we're talking about. And then some of these older Skycam, here's the little pictures from yesterday, and then the planet that's starting to show up we talked about. But this is a photo that I think helps us to understand it. This is from way back, and it's from the Hawaiian Skycam. And anytime the moon's out, we get this reflection where we can see this whole series of objects. And I do believe that this is what it looks like behind the sun. And I think it's a large, either gaseous, nebula-like type thing, and that's what we're seeing from the South Pole, and it has an orbiting star, or orbiting star, or not stars, but objects around it. And again, big time lens flare, but it prints out information for us to look at. This was that welding glass view, and I got more information. This is IR filtered. This is a legitimate photograph showing the objects further away from the sun last year. And then I went back and I found some ISS imagery that, again, shows it. And then I went back to that shows it. This shows it. And then, probably most important of all, I went back to look at LASCO, and I'm wondering if this is the little object with the cloud around the smaller object, and that's what we're seeing as a reflection from the SOHO cameras that one day when we got that image from NASA. Oh yeah, this one. So this is not necessarily that object, but isn't that a weird photograph to begin? I mean, it's usually a black dot or something like that. I'm not used to seeing an orange dot in a photograph like that. And just showing you this up here, right? And there we go. Again, this is just them chemtrailing the bejeebers out of it, trying to hide it apparently. And then someone else got a picture of the object itself from Florida, behind the sun, where we're seeing it come up. And I like this image a lot. Again, I'm seeing this ball coming out of the clouds in the background of all Skycam networks. And what's interesting about this is it actually shows it being illuminated. And there we go again. And here's kind of a faint picture. This is from the far north, from that northern observatory that we talked about before, and we're getting great shots from there lately. And then here's just a little Skycam, ISS footage to show us how things kind of come up in the screen and the different objects that we see. And then finally, the guy that got this photograph and then did this work, really likes this photograph a lot. So I thought I'd show him the hand, the ball, photo. And then finally this thing in a theory. I mean, we're getting more and more information on this. Could this be that little dot reflecting and refracting all over the place, and it has all these little things flying around it like little planets? I don't know, but again, it does show up as a lens flare, guys. I'm not gonna deny that. And then finally, the halo, right? Washington today. Okay, it's there all the time. It's not it's just what angle are you looking at it from, and did they chemtrail the bejeebers out of it? It is there all the time now. So to finish up today, guys, I just wanted to let you know that I pray for you every day. And I'm praying most of all that you will open your heart up and ask Jesus to come and introduce himself to you, so that you can know that there is a God and that he's going to take care of us no matter what happens. So with that all said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to take a look and fund the project for us to put up our own high altitude balloons. Should be fun. Take care.